just writing in my journal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't mean to interrupt or anything. So this week on Kamp Hutch, I'm featuring gameplay from Campy, and I know that I've been heavily pimping out Campy on my own lately, but it's pretty much just because he's fucking amazing, and I want to give you guys an opportunity to check out his content. So just sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and good times. Hey,
What do you think?
God.
Wait, turn around. Thanks, man.
And I'm really fucking terrible at this game, so I thought that I'd introduce you guys to someone who's actually good at the game. So I brought on Mr. Campy to come on and talk about some of his gameplay. He's playing some Team Snipers on Reflection. What is going on, dude?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
So let's just have like a quick introduction. Like, who the fuck are you, man? Seriously.
Alright, I'm Campy. I've been around since like the Halo 2 days. I've been playing. I played Halo 2 all throughout pretty much the whole age of Halo 2, and then I just jumped right into Halo 3, started making montages, and then that's pretty much when I started to get popular around the community. And then now Reach is out, and I'm pumping out vids for that too.
Your montages are kind of legendary in the in the Halo community, but sometimes you get a lot of shit for people saying like, "Well, all this guy's doing is playing against social scrubs." Like, what's your? I mean, I've never personally seen you respond to that kind of criticism, but I mean, what's your thought process when somebody says that?
Basically, they just usually the people who say that are like the MLG focused people, who are more just like they really only respect one type of gameplay. That's the MLG gameplay, the competitive gameplay. But I mean, the type of stuff I did in Halo 3, where I just destroy noobs all day, it's a whole different level of skill. That's basically how far can you go without choking, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's a whole different skill. Unless you have really tried it yourself, you can't really. I mean, some people just can't appreciate it if they've never actually put themselves in the situations.
It's funny that you phrase it that way, and I guarantee you that if we don't cover that, you'll get some shit for that. But the way that you said like destroying noobs takes skill, in a funny way, it does, because like I don't know if you've read FB Walshy for the Win's blog where he talks about social versus MLG gameplay.
Yeah, I've read it.
Yeah, but he kind of hits it spot on where he says like, you know, contrary to what people think, you know, it does take skill to destroy a bunch of noobs, because it's not like you're just stringing together like a few awesome shots. It's like you're getting killionaires and kill-tastrophes like consistently throughout your entire montage.
Yeah.
I don't care if the kids are bad, like you still have to be good to get a killionaire, even if it's social, you know?
Yeah, like people get like, I mean, it's not hard to get overkills against noobs, like put it that way. It's not hard to destroy them to the point where you can get overkills and go like plus 40, but I'd say where you're putting up like high multis past like the Jaro, that's when you know you got some like some non-choking skills.
Yeah, totally. I mean, at what point did you decide for yourself, like, man, I'm getting some pretty retardedly awesome clips from my file share here, like, maybe I should capture it and put a montage together?
Well, that was basically my plan for Halo 3 right away. All I wanted to do was put together a awesome montage. So right from the beginning, I was just going for that kind of material.
Awesome. And what kind of controller setup do you got going on? Like, what's your sensitivity or what's your button layout? Because I'm sure a lot of people ask you that question.
Yeah, I get that a lot. For Halo 3, I played on 4 sensitivity. I felt like if you went higher than that, then you couldn't really. I mean, your snipe is better with a higher sensitivity, I'd say, maybe like 5 or 6, but you lose accuracy with any other weapon. So Halo 3, I played 4 sensitivity. I play Southpaw, and a lot of people don't understand why I do that. And there's really no advantage at all in Halo 3 or Reach. But in Halo 2, I switched to Southpaw because it made double shots easier. Basically, you like spread what you need to do over to like 2 hands instead of doing it all with 1 hand.
Right.
So that's why I originally did that, and I just never bothered switching back.
Now, for someone who doesn't really know too much about Halo 2, like, I'm familiar with the double shot, but what exactly was it, and like what was the button sequence that would make you do a double shot with the BR?
The sequence was shoot, reload, like RRX, and it was tough because, I mean, you gotta get the timing perfectly, the RRX part. So, I mean, I could do it with all in my right hand when you're playing default, but someone suggested to switch to southpaw, and I did, and it was ridiculous how much better like your double shots were. If you can, it seems like if you just do it with 2 hands instead of just one, you can just perfect that.
I think that's what Walshy was famous for, right? Was like the fact that he was able to do that just like so well, and a lot of people.
His double shot was ridiculous. Yeah,
A
definitely.
lot of people say that he kind of like went past his prime once he got into Halo 3 because they didn't have the double shot in anymore. That's what I hear a lot.
I think part of it is just because Halo 3 is less about individual skill, and that's where I think he was so good at Halo 2 with skill alone. So, I mean, it's tough when it's more team-oriented.
Do you still play on sensitivity 4 for Reach?
Nah, for Reach I lowered it to 3.
Yeah, I can totally get behind that because like it feels like in Reach more than Halo 3, it's all about precision because you're no longer leading your shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're no longer dealing with like a random spread of the BR. Like I'm talking like I sound like I know what I'm talking about right now, but I don't. I just started playing Halo like 4 months ago. So when I watch your gameplay, I'm just thinking to myself like, I just don't understand how he does that with his fingers because like I come from COD. Did you ever play COD? I think you mentioned that you never played COD, right?
I've never played COD in my life, no.
Yeah. I think that if you jumped on COD, you would have like a really easy time transitioning. But I guess if you've never played the game, it's pretty hard to. Actually, it's not that hard to explain. I mean, basically, COD is a twitch shooter. So if you see someone, chances are they're dead if you have decent accuracy.
Oh, okay.
So you're able to rush enemy spawn and get multi-kills like it's nothing, really. And like coming from that kind of background and trying to transition to Halo, it's really tough because your first instinct is to rush. And in Halo, it's like, you know, probably the most popular expression I've heard from Halo players is "don't chase." You know, let that person run away because if you chase, you're going to be greeted with a nade or some other guy's going to come out and team shot you.
Yes, sir.
But you seem to just like, I mean, like, is playing this game, would you say it's easy for you? I mean, how's your transition been from Halo 3 to Reach?
From Halo 3 to Reach, I mean, honestly, I haven't been playing it different, like, playstyle-wise. I played exactly the same, and people will see that with my DMR. I refuse to acknowledge that it blooms. I just spam away on that thing, and it's probably not the smartest idea, but, I mean, the transition, I've just been playing it the same, and it's been working out for me.
Yeah, I've been watching a bunch of your gameplays, and I can't help but think in the back of my head, I'm like, man, like he's like destroying them by spamming them. I can just only imagine, like, if he slowed it down, he'd probably be raping even harder, you know?
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe someday I'll decide to time my shots.
Do you plan on being stubborn about that, or do you ever plan on timing
I do.
out?
I don't like the fact that it blooms because sometimes you'll spam and you'll get away with it. So it's really not. It's not fair when someone's timing their shots and someone gets lucky and spams them and hits all their shots. I just figured I'll go for the spam.
Awesome, dude. Well, thanks for sharing your gameplay. If you guys like this video, or if you like Halo videos, or you're at all interested in Halo, I would definitely suggest checking out Campy. I'm going to put his link in the description. So thanks for coming on, dude.
All right, thanks a lot, Hutch.